Ben, I was wondering if you had, any thoughts on green dots.
You know what we do here? We win all the time. Fired up. Fired up. Somebody said relying on green dots. Come on, man. If you don't think these green dots work, you're an idiot. You're an idiot. You are an absolute idiot. Fired up. You are a loser. You continue to lose. Yeah, let's check that out, guys. Let's check that out. Fired up. That's kind of the definition of what happens to people in life who we call losers. They always feel like the one time that they try the thing, it doesn't work. The one time they try it, the one time they try it, the one time they try it doesn't work. You lost money on one trade. You look so small at the micro moments in life. And you take experience from that and you cast it across an entire range of time or experience. That's why you're losers. That's why you're losers. That's why you're losers. That's the kind of person who will never be successful in life, will never be successful in anything. Because you're too narrow-minded and short-sighted and idiotic to see what's right in front of you. Because you're too narrow-minded and short-sighted and idiotic to see what's right in front of you. Yeah, they don't work. Let's go back. Let's look at the chart here. Get out of here, Gizmo. Yeah, I hate Gizmo. I love Gizmo. He's so dang cute. I want a Mogwai. Let's go look. Let's see if they play out. Let's look at these patterns and let's see if they played out. This December of 2019, aka the entire bull run. I know y'all like when I do that. Bull run. Boom. Bull run. Boom. I can't even call you what I want to call you because it's not politically correct. Do you know what we do here? We win all the time. Do you know what we do here? We win all the time. 184% gain. Oh, just a 64% gain over 2.5 months. Idiot. 2.5 months. Boom. 548% gain. Why don't we go to the next one? Why don't we go check out the next one? Let's go. Let's go. Here it is, right here on the chart. You guys see it. Next one. Yeah. Come on, man. Come on, rely on the green dots, you idiot. Let's check out the next one. Here we go. Boom. Next one. Only 128% gain. Only 120% gain. This is why you're a loser. This is why you continue to lose. This is why you don't make money in crypto. This is why you come in for 3 months and then you disappear like the vermin that you are and you don't come back in. And you don't come back in. And you don't come back in. Because you're so idiotic that you can't look at a chart over a 2.5-year period of time and see how much it works. I get so tired of people coming to this chat and say stupid crap like that. Your parents are disappointed in you, sir. Because you haven't done anything with your life. Boom. That's all I got.
I'm fired up. Good morning. It's another beautiful day here on planet Earth. A day. None of us are guaranteed. We're not guaranteed these days, but we're lucky enough to have them. So I woke up and I saw the markets and literally nothing has changed. So I thought, well, maybe it's time to reintroduce that Ben video. I think I made that in 2021, kind of right before everything kind of killed, everything was going down. It was right in the chaos of the bull market. And I was still on Ben's channel. No. Here's the timeline. It was 2020. I was still on Ben's channel because you can see in the piano, it has BitBoy Crypto and yeah, so I was on Ben's channel when that was happening. Yeah. Good morning, Squeaky McGee, Misco, pianomattyb, Misco. My pen. Misco, can you DM me on Instagram or Twitter? I want to get some information from you if that's okay. Earth Scum, Randy Abite, Sarah S. in California, Mad Faded Baby, Sneaky Beat Vapes, BC, Troy N, Michael Longy, Linking with Naz, Mario Cantonese, Camocrata, Uwayo Daddio, XRP Alley, Storm Jason Video, pianomattyb, BOG, thank you for helping build the channel. Flippo Frank, FOMO Sapien, Brian Santos, Johnny December, pianomattyb BOG down in Belize. Derek Porter, man of a million memes. Brandon Eagle, Johnny Super Fresh and Four Hands. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. I feel like today in the market is, the egg experiment where people can somehow get it to stand on end. I think if we were to reverse it, and we're in the part of the market where the egg is at the bottom, but it's still just standing on end. It's literally not moving an inch. 25,720. It was this price yesterday, and here we are again. There's nothing much happening this week. I know the Fed speakers are all, who cares? Who cares what they say? What is today? The Beige Book. The Beige Book. The Beige Book is it was actually a book, I think. It was called something else. Summary of something. It's basically all the district banks, all 12 of them, putting their notes together and sending it to Old Scotch on the Rocks Booze Breath Jerry Papow so he can make an informed decision on what's going to happen at this FOMC meeting in September 20th, which should be an interesting one. Good morning, Scotty Mo. Scotty Mo made these hats. Misco, this is why I want to get a hold of you. Skinny Pete. Skinny Pete? Wait a second. There's a Sneaky Pete and a Skinny Pete. I gotcha. I got the comments a little bit too far over. Anyway, all the district banks will send their information to Scotch on the Rocks Booze Breath. And he'll make an informed decision. You know how informed decision he is. Abby Dewan, Jim is bullish on Binance and everyone knows he's cursed, so Binance priced to $37. Yeah, I saw that. The inverse correlation of Jim Cramer's predictions. Everything he says usually does the opposite. I bet you that was the last thing. Of all the things that are happening to Binance, like they're getting pushed heavy left and right. Everyone's coming after them. I bet you CZ was like, yeah, no big deal, no big deal. We're okay. We're going to be okay. Who cares what everyone's coming? And then he saw Jim Cramer's prediction. He's like, God, Jesus, we may be in trouble. Yeah. So the Beige Book, that's the only thing that's going on. To me, it's like, remember in was it the 50s or the 60s? The Appalachia mobster meeting where they all kind of got together and all the families got together to kind of hash out what was going on, how the drug trade was going, how the gambling trade was going. That's what the Beige Book is in a nutshell. If you needed a good explanation, it's the mobster families, aka the 12 districts, getting together and talking about what's going on in their district. How is the corruption going? How much money are I think I made a little thing here actually. Where is it? The Beige Book. Yes. There's the Beige Book, in case you were wondering. Of course, its prime directive is to steal the public's money and give it to their friends. And that is my description of the Beige Book. All the mob families in the States getting together to talk about how the prostitution rings are going, how the gambling rings are going, how the extortion rings are going. Are we extorting the public out of enough money? Never. We could always extort more. But what if they revolt? They won't. We got them to wear masks for 3 years and locked them in a cage. They'll do anything we say. That was my rant. Yeah. Chad E's on his third cup of coffee. This would be my third cup of coffee too. The first one is considered 2 because it's in a big thermos that I keep when I'm making the videos. Or else they go cold. Steve B, wouldn't surprise me if Jim Cramer's endorsement of Binance is orchestrated to push down the price. Wouldn't that be interesting, Steve B? That if he was such an asset, I can get this Beige Book out of here. If he was such an asset to these cycles that they're like, you know what? Let's get the Binance price down. Let's get Jim Cramer bullish. Because we know everyone will do the opposite. Is it, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't there an actual index, a Kramer reverse index? Was Abby Dewan, Binance Vice President, Eastern Europe, Gleb Kostarov, and CIS Director Vladimir Smirkis has announced they have quit the company. Yes, that's right. And that's interesting too. When you see people jumping ship, it can't be good. But hey, we don't want Binance to go down. We don't want that to happen. Because I feel there is an orchestrated attack on Binance from the higher up psychopathic elites. Because they don't want on and off ramps for these masked up plebs to get on and off at will. They don't want everyone to be able to take their blood money fiat and just put it onto an exchange and, oh my God, convert it to Bitcoin, the hardest, most sound digital asset ever known to man. They don't want that. So they want to get rid of these things. My other theory is that they are quietly buying up the stock, just like they are quietly buying up the stock of the miners. So I do believe we're in a real slow attack. What is it? A corporate takeover? Murders and assassinations, mergers and acquisitions. It's going on in the miners. I believe that will probably start going on. If they can't take it down, well, they'll just buy it up and then control it. So that would be pretty scary. I remember that when I made that video with Ben, I thought, because I was still on Ben's channel, I didn't want it to come off derogatory of Ben, because we all know and love Ben's antics, if you do. So I asked him, I'm going to put this one on my channel. At that point, I think my channel had about 1,000 subs. So I don't think he was like, yeah, go ahead. It was fun. So he's a good sport. So at least there's that. If you saw the video, let's see if we can pump these likes. I'm trying to experiment with likes because I see everyone doing this and it makes me sick. But if you like the video, give the video a like and we'll see if we can get over to 100 and it can pump it out. And see if everyone can see, because I haven't checked the original video was so long ago. I don't even know if it's up on my channel or whether it got converted to or as pianomattyb. So I'm not sure. So maybe this will be the original one. No, we don't all love Ben. I saw a thing on Ben yesterday where he's like, I'm back or something. He's coming back as Ben Armstrong, just outside of the Hit Network. I found that weird because I thought maybe they were, slowly getting back together, right? If that's possible. So when to see him come up and his wife's there, and I'm not a big fan of that, You're going to sound like Wendy pretty soon with the likes thing. Yeah, this is the third time in my 1,000 videos that I've ever mentioned likes. I don't ever mention it really. It's more of an experiment because I'm a firm believer that it doesn't matter, right? I know that engagement is a something for YouTube, but there's a lot of people in the YouTube game that say it has no. It's really about click-through rate, which means how many people see the video and click on it. That will determine everything, regardless of likes and regardless of comments. For instance, here's an example. Duke put out a video 3 weeks ago, Skibbity Toilets. And it's him. He made this, you've seen his little cameraman head. And he dances the Skibbity Toilet dance to Everybody Wants to Rule the World. So a Mad Faded Baby said we jumped 20 videos after we kind of started hitting the likes. I wonder, Can it really be something like that? I don't know. I'd hate to think it. But then at the same time, it kind of makes sense. You know, if everyone's watching it and liking it and commenting, you think that, well, everyone likes it, let's pump it out. But I do think it's here's my example. Duke's video. It's called A Day in the Life of Cameraman or something. His channel's called Infinity Duke. It's basically under his mom's name, kind of. But he has 2 videos or 3 videos. And the first video was just him, and the comments are off because it's a kid video, right? You can't have comments. And the likes are on, but there's very few likes and there's no comments. That video is over 4,000 views. Like it's more, it has more views than any of Dad's videos, right? And I believe it's evergreen now, which means it'll just go on forever as a video that just kind of keeps going. So that's fantastic for Duke. However, I think he believes that 4,000 views is just like put up a video, get 4,000 views. And so I think his second video didn't. And he doesn't really care, which is good. I don't want him to get caught up in like, what does it matter? I kind of gave him the lowdown, you know, some videos perform well, some videos don't. You have no idea why. It's one of the world's 8th mysteries of the world. Outside of the pyramids, it's the YouTube algorithm. So he just did a video yesterday of him actually playing Everybody Wants to Rule the World, and it's so good that video should have thousands of likes, in my opinion, because let alone him being my son and me thinking he's a very talented piano player and singer. It probably won't. Who knows why? Because of the click-through ratio. Maybe isn't out of the gates. So to me, it's out of the gate sometime. His first video was right in the heat of the Skibbity Toilet stuff. And if you haven't seen Skibbity Toilets, do yourself a favor and don't ever watch it, because you'll never get the silly little jingle out of your head. It's always in mine all day long. And so maybe that was because he was in the heat of Skibbity Toilets. There was a lot of click-through ratio coming through the system of YouTube. And so he got a lot of views on that. This one, maybe not. I don't know. I think it deserves more just because it's more talented and more skill. And for all you editing buffs out there, I told him he wanted to do YouTube videos, right? And I told him he couldn't unless he learned how to edit and he learned how to make thumbnails. Because Dad's busy editing his own videos and doing his own thumbnails to do yours. And if you want to be on YouTube, there's certain things you have to do to, do the videos, i.e. Edit and make the thumbnail. So the little Dickens disappeared for about a day or two. I gave him DaVinci because DaVinci's free. Most people don't know this, but DaVinci, which I edit all my videos on, I have the studio version for one reason, and I'll get to that one reason in a second. But besides that one reason, I never needed the paid version of DaVinci. It was amazing on its own. Everything that was in the paid version was more just like silly effects, starbursts, and like things a real editor would never need. And then if you wanted to, the only reason I got it, it had what's called Magic Mask. This is probably boring information, but if you go back to the beginning of my videos in the past month or so, as I float by, and I say, is the bull market about to blah, blah, blah? I can do that using Magic Mask. It's not perfect, but it'll basically I can just like marker around my body and boom, it'll instantly mask. It used to be called rotoscoping, which would like is the biggest waste of life of your whole every frame. You do a million little edits in every frame, and then an 8-second video could take you like 4 hours to rotoscope. This does like that. It's not perfect, but it was worth the $400 it cost. So think about that, $400 for editing software, which is, in my opinion, just as good, if not better, than Premiere. And I was so deep in Premiere. I've been editing videos in Premiere for, I don't know, a solid decade. Sarah S., does the program have an app version? No, but it does run on iPads. I think. I'm not sure. Filmora AI cutout tool is pretty good. I don't know about Filmora. I'll take a look at that. What was I talking about? Just tuned in and got to watch the Ben video again. Instant crypto classic. Yeah, thank you. Metal family. So I guess long story short, right, Premiere. I loved Premiere. I knew Premiere so well that everything that I couldn't do, or let's say it has lots of glitches. Premiere has lots of glitches, but I was so versed in Premiere that I had workarounds for the glitches. If something happened, I knew how to like backdoor the glitch and bypass it, you know, take this weird route to bypass this glitch. That's how deep my understanding of Premiere was. And then I started seeing all these things about DaVinci and how, you know, it would be like how I converted to DaVinci and so will you. So I watched it. And then next thing you know, old pianomattyb is a DaVinci user. I find it, if you ever think of getting into editing, and most people end up doing iVideo or whatever on their Mac, it's just as easy as iVideo, but easier with a couple of little tutorials that you could see, like beginning DaVinci, like a 5-minute video can get you where you want to go so fast. And then you just fly on DaVinci, and the speed of it, it feels like I'm doing an endorsement for DaVinci. I'm not. The speed of which your computer works for DaVinci is way better than Premiere. So Premiere, classically, there we go. We got 100 likes. Thanks, everybody. Premiere classically crashes all the time. And if you didn't save, you lost that last 10 minutes or 15 minutes, whatever you put your autosave. But you can't do too many autosaves because it starts eating up your memory. DaVinci, everything you do is instantly saved. So every move you make instantly saves. It does use up a lot of your memory space because it's saving everything. But then you can just go back. Like every week I go and delete the cache, and it just, who cares? I don't need those videos to be rendered anymore. And it does crash, don't get me wrong. It has crashed. But it opens up exactly where it crashed. Whereas Premiere, you got to go back 50 minutes. And so for me, when I'm doing the gauntlet, making these videos, if I lose 15 minutes of editing, I may be sunk, especially doing these lives now because I got to kind of pump it out at 8. Go to put in the time, start with basics like cuts, and eventually getting to fancier stuff is easy. Yes, Terry Rooster. You're absolutely correct. I still have friends on Premiere, and this, I get it. It's hard to switch platforms because it's like switching languages, right? It's like I know how to speak English. I live in Canada. Okay, well now you got to go and speak French. I don't really like that. Terry Crow. I got your information. I'm going to contact you a little bit later. So the jump to, I also made the jump from Pro Tools to Ableton Live. That was scary because I knew Pro Tools backwards and forwards. And then it's about speed, right? So you don't want to slow down your workflow, especially when you have to work efficiently. It's not like I have hours in the day to just mosey around and figure out stuff. Is resolve nodes or stacking clips? Wake Up Waverly, it's nodes, it's Fusion. And here's where I don't like DaVinci. I've been waiting for the aha moment of DaVinci with Fusion. Fusion is like After Effects for Adobe. I just don't like it. It doesn't make sense to me. It's not intuitive. I can figure out the things I have to do, like, when it says that we talked about this and the TV comes out, I had to basically build presets for that because just going and doing it was a lot harder than it was in Premiere. So there were some things that were, just silly. And to this day, it's still silly. Like I can't mask something and move it around with both things like you can in Photoshop, but that probably doesn't make any sense. So there's some things that I still go back to Photoshop because I'm still on the year subscription because they have me for Photoshop. I can't live without Photoshop. Kyle Owen, looking chilly out. Yeah, it is a little bit chilly out. Not as cold as yesterday because yesterday was raining and it was like 15 degrees, but I like that. Dave Digital, congrats on the growth. Baby steps are still steps. LFG. Yep, that's what it is. One foot in front of the other. Canva Photoshop. Now that's the second time I heard Canva. Is Dave Digital, in your opinion, as efficient as Photoshop? Because Photoshop, the reason why I still have it is that it's AI now for its subject. So if I was to still screen this picture right here, I could take it into Photoshop and say select subject, and it'll mask out, just kind of like Magic Mask in DaVinci. And before, when I started doing these videos, there wasn't select subject. So anytime you see a PNG, which is a transparent image, I would have to go into Photoshop, click, a trillion things, and then inverse select and blah, blah, blah. It was horrible. So the only reason I have Photoshop is for that one thing, because it saves me. It literally allows me to do these videos. How long does it take you to produce your daily videos? What time do you have to wake up? Bruce, I wake up usually about 3:30 or 4, depending whether if I sleep in hard, it'll be right to the alarm at 4, but usually I kind of get up at 3:30. 4 o'clock, I look at the charts. I see if there's any patterns, and it's very quick. I look at the 4-hour, the daily, and the weekly, sometimes the monthly, but rarely, usually at the end of the month. Then I start writing the script. Most people don't think I have scripts. I do have scripts. And when I write the scripts, I have little chords where I have to kind of hit the talking points at that chord. It's not complete mathematical science, but I just have to be around there. If I'm not, I kind of have to retake it. That'll take me to about 5 o'clock, and then 5 o'clock to 5:15, I fix the audio in Ableton, take out anything that was a mistake, so it comes up in DaVinci as a space. So it's kind of like I make the audio guy. Let's say I had a staff, which I don't, it's me, but me, the audio guy, has a deal with me, the video guy, that I will clean up the audio as much as I can. So when you get it, it'll be easy to see those cuts. So Johnny December, yeah, that's right. You can see the scripts as members. I stopped putting them in because I didn't really get any response. I don't know if it's worth it. I'll put in yesterday's script to the OGs. And so at that point, I start editing it, the clips that need to be taken out. And that takes me till about 6 a.m. Then 6 to 7, I dress it. And that's where I add all the things that may come in, the charts and the lines and the, funny effects, if it were. That takes about an hour on a good day, sometimes less. 7 till about 7:15 or 7:20, I'll make the thumbnail. And that to me is the hardest part, because if you think about it, all that work until the thumbnail could be all for naught. If the thumbnail sucks for whatever reason, no one will click on the video. You'll have a low click-through ratio, and the video will perform poorly. So it's weird. You almost have to be a better thumbnail maker than a video maker, if that makes any sense. And so it takes me 15 minutes or 20 minutes. Sometimes I make stock thumbnails. Like yesterday, I have another jail one coming out tomorrow with all the people that should be in jail. So I'll kind of go on themes. Last week I did the Trump mugshot theme, just to kind of get ahead of that 15 minutes, because 15 minutes just gives me buffer time, to maybe have a cup of coffee or something, or talk with Duke, because right now who knows what he's doing right there. We should see. Get him to sing us out. All right. Got to pick up the Hyundai today. After 6 weeks, they managed to replace the windshield, and it only took 6 weeks. How great is that? Yes, hence the term clickbait. I thought my title was a little clickbaity today. I wasn't going to use it. GIMP is an open source Photoshop alternative. That's pretty cool. Squeaky McGee. Okay. Skinny Pete. So money is tight right now. Do you think they halving is not going to happen? Oh no, it's definitely going to happen. The halving always happens. It'll always happen until it stops happening in 21, 20 or 40 or something like that. If that's what you were saying, I'm assuming halving is not going to happen. It'll happen. Listen, I believe that we're going to see a bull run like nothing else. For instance, last bull run was heavily retail traders, you and me, aping in, dog piling in with the bulls. We didn't have megalithic, psychopathic, dark economic overlords like BlackRock, Vanguard, Fidelity, with, combined assets under management of 20 trillion. Just think about 1% of that coming in. 1% of that coming in is going to take it to, God, who knows? That's why, when people say it's only going to go to 100K, I kind of think it'll only go to 100K if it was retail traders, because a lot of people are going to look at it now and say, oh, it's 30K. I can't afford a Bitcoin, right? Well, you don't have to buy a Bitcoin. You also can't afford $30,000 worth of gold, but you can buy some gold. So I feel like the noob and the retail noob might think it's too much to get into when it's not, because it's going to the moon eventually. But with 100K, that I believe that's kind of a retail price. But with the hedge funds coming in, the ETF spot Bitcoins, which is more important than any futures. Who cares about the futures ETF? We want to spot Bitcoin. This is how, it's like I have to burp. This is how old men do their alcoholic burps. They just kind of keep talking and they make it like they're not burping as they keep talking. I don't know why I got that. I always find it funny though, because I can see old men, especially, all these psychopathic elected elites, when they're talking, I can see them start doing their I'm not burping up my scotch on the rocks burp. Yeah. Here they will come direct to your home in 2 hours and replace the glass, Sarah. Wow. Bitcoin has a mind of its own. Nobody can stop it or turn it off. Lee 33. Mad Faded Baby, my message is not showing up. So the only reasons your messages aren't showing up is because you might have a word in there that I have flagged due to robots. I'm not sitting here taking messages down. I know there's a couple mods, or there's one mod for sure. She's not taking anything down because there's nothing to take down. But there are words like .com, www. All these weird things that bots use. So I just put them into my little thing that says flag these words. So you can maybe try your message again without words you think that I might have flagged. What's Duke doing here? That's the reason why messages don't come out. Oh, he's not even dressed. So we're going to leave it at that. Well, maybe we'll do a double shot here and we'll leave you with Jeb's amazing video. Like, this kid's got flow. So we'll see you tomorrow, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Much appreciated. Thank you for the likes. Have a great day.
Yo, Jim, where you at? Yo, Jeb, I said, where you at?
I took a minute now, I'm at the better end of all of it. The day I wanna quit will be a bit I wanna swallow. Cause I'm in it when I said I wasn't really into audibles. I guess you gotta call them when you're under with the bottom and it's stacking up against you with the pity. But they gotta give a nod to me, I'm running with the best and they kinda make a profit off of everything you told me wasn't possible. So why would you continue with the narrative and not admit I'm something incredible? Look of a general, hit him with the end of a shovel. They wanna forget it, I put him on the ground and I get up and open up the pit of my stomach to remind I am insane. I am insane. I am insane. I am insane.
Time.
Took a minute now, I'm at the better end of all of it. The day I wanna quit will be a bit I wanna swallow. Cause I'm in it when I said I wasn't really into audibles. I guess you gotta call them when you're under with the bottom and it's stacking up against you with the pity. But they gotta give a nod to me, I'm running with the best and they kinda make a profit off of everything you told me wasn't possible. So why would you continue with the narrative and not admit I'm something incredible? Look of a general, hit him with the end of a shovel. They wanna forget it, I put him on the ground and I get up and open up the pit of my stomach to remind I am insane.